The topic of rising property taxes in Texas has been a hot button topic, especially over the past few years when we have seen significant increases in property values. Texas homeowners are feeling the effects of rising property taxes, and most would agree something needs to be done. It seems like we may get some relief knowing that Texas has a $34 billion budget surplus that has given lawmakers the ability to use $18 billion of that to reduce Texas property taxes. In a second special session, the Texas Senate and House passed the biggest property tax reduction in Texas and U.S. history. Texas voters will have the opportunity to pass this into law on November 7th. In this video, we'll discuss how the Texas government plans to reduce rising property taxes, who benefits and who got left out, and some potential long-term effects that you need to know about before casting your vote. I'm Staci Russell, your Northwest Houston Realtor, educating buyers, sellers, and investors on all things real estate. And this topic is really something that needs to be talked about. So do me a favor and hit that like button so that YouTube will push this video out to more Texans who are looking for information on property tax relief. And while you're liking this video, please take a second to comment your thoughts and opinions on this topic. I would really love to hear your feedback and different perspectives on this. So let's start with how the Texas government plans to reduce rising property taxes. Proposition 4, or House Joint Resolution 2, would amend the Texas Constitution to allow tax cuts that were approved by the legislation in the 2023 special sessions to take effect this year. This proposition can really be broken down into three parts. First, the proposition would authorize the legislature to establish a temporary limit on the maximum appraised value of real property other than a residence homestead for ad valorem taxes. This would be a 3-year pilot project to put a 20% appraisal cap on non-homestead properties and small businesses of $5 million or less. These properties include second homes, vacation properties, rental houses, commercial retail, and business properties. This pilot project is set to expire on December 31st of 2026. Second, the proposition would authorize the legislature to increase the amount of exemption from ad valorem taxation by a school district applicable to residence homesteads from $40,000 to $100,000. The Texas government is using tax rate compression to provide funding to public school districts so schools can cut taxes for homeowners. Tax rate compression in Texas actually began in 2019 and included more than $5 billion to do so. But if approved, the legislation will allocate nearly $12.6 billion to reduce the school property tax rate by 10.7 cents per $100 valuation for all homeowners and businesses. The increase in the homestead exemption would save the average homeowner over $1,300. Additionally, homeowners who are seniors and those with disabilities, regardless of age, will see over $1,400 in savings. Approximately 5.7 million homeowners would qualify for this homestead exemption increase. Lastly, Proposition 4 would authorize the legislature to provide a 4-year term of office for the members of the board of directors for certain appraisal districts. Currently, members of local appraisal boards are appointed, so this amendment would require counties with populations of 75,000 people or more to hold elections for 3 out of the 9 members on the board. So it's clear that Texas homeowners and small businesses will benefit from these proposed tax changes. However, tax relief for the state's 3.7 million renter households has been left out of proposals that have passed both the Texas Senate and the House. House Democrats unsuccessfully tried to push their own versions of tax relief that would have given tenants a cash refund equaling up to 10% of the rent they paid the previous year. It also would have made the homestead exemption $200,000, doubling the exemption in the current bill, and it would have also included a teacher pay raise and added more school funding. While Texas homeowners are excited about the possibility of lower property taxes, there are some potential long-term effects if this proposition passes. Because the Texas government is using surplus money to pay school districts, that money will eventually run out. And this pulls the burden of school funding away from property taxes to other sources. Shifting away from property taxes to fund our public schools could result in higher sales tax or higher taxes on businesses. The property tax reduction gives no relief for renters who make up more than 1/3 of Texas households. And although renters are not represented, the pro is that renters may be able to see some benefits, but they would have to rely on their landlords to pass those savings to them. Property tax changes do not include any new money for schools or teacher pay raises. Critics note that compared to other states' spending, Texas is ranked near the bottom in per student funding for education. I hope this information was helpful to you. It was extremely important to me that I research this topic from various perspectives and sources. As a teacher turned realtor, homeowner, business owner, and investor, I want Texans to understand the pros and cons of this tax relief proposition. I've linked several articles and videos that I used as resources in order to make this video. I hope that you'll use them as a guide to help you make your decision at the polls on November 7th. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.